my sense is that all these major topics, finance, what the SDGs are, what are the roles of various kinds of capital, and governance, how do we govern all these things, are fundamental building blocks of a just system. So that's the rationale for these topics. The main objective of the Caux Roundtable, going back to 1986, is to bring business people together with people from government and academia, the professions and consultants, to talk about how you get moral and ethical values working inside the marketplace. So we have this phrase, moral capitalism. How do we run markets and the private sector and private investment for the benefit of all constituents, of all stakeholders?
Well, the overall objective, we started in crisis with a major trade crisis that brought CEOs from around the world together. And then we emerged by developing a set of business principles. We say that the best way to run a business and make money is going back to Adam Smith, practicing core values, moral values, ethical values. And I worked for and reported to Bruce and Kenneth Dayton, who started the big company Target. And I quote them, "The purpose of business is to serve society. Profit is our reward for serving well with integrity." And that's what we need to do. And we're trying to get leaders, business leaders, to stand tall today for values. And capitalism is the best system to lift the boats, led by leaders with core values.
Well, we have a collaboration with CRT, which are the Caux Roundtable, which is a CIFA partner. And when we have points of concern, then we collaborate with our associations that are partners of CIFA. And CRT is one of those associations we have been collaborating now with for 2 years at the level of implementing the SDGs with the United Nations. We will have the president of G77 who will come for lunch today too. Last night we had the president of ECOSOC who came by and gave a short speech. So this is a long-term collaboration. We have been together for the last 10 years, and we work together on the same subjects, and we help each other in the implementation of the SDGs.
I've been very pleased to be part of the life of the Caux Roundtable for over 10 years now, and I've admired it for 30 as an important venue, a place to convene, to have transcultural voices about the vocation, the possibilities of the contributions that business can make to have a more just world, to lower the cost of capital, to offer opportunities for economic and political participation. And Steve Young has been a tremendous intellectual leader, a thought leader, an executive leader, and a great colleague. And my organization and other organizations I've been associated with, including a global accounting firm, have been pleased to collaborate with Caux to foster those conversations and also to try to put things into action. It's as much an act tank as a think tank.
Since 2008, what happened remarkably, we had a tsunami of regulation. Did that regulation do anything? What did it do? Where do we stand now with that regulation? Let's look at it. World debt to GDP in 2008 was 1-to-1. World debt to GDP today is 1-to-3. Did we improve any situation as far as that is concerned? Did all these marvelous institutions that are being paid for with our dear tax money, OECD, FSB, FMI, World Bank, and so on, did they have any effect in reducing the risks we were exposed in 2008? No. Nowadays, there's 700 trillion derivative products out there, which represents roughly 7 times world GDP. And these 700 trillion of products, financial products, rely mostly on 29 systemic banks. What I said before is that since 2008, with all the so-called commissions that have been taking care of the financial situation, things haven't gotten better, they have gotten worse. What we are very concerned about is that potentially the outcome can be very bad, because if it keeps going in the wrong direction, of course somewhere the markets are going to blow up like a big bubble, and this is nobody's benefit.
Group of 77 is working for South-South cooperation and development. Therefore, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is of utmost importance to the group. And to implement the goals, achieve the goals, is the work of everybody, the governments, the private sector, and of course the civil society. So we welcome the participants of civil society, of private persons. We welcome all private initiatives. We welcome all ideas. We have 15 years to arrive at that goal and leave no one behind.
Bien sûr, je pense que le peu que je comprends, je vais les restituer. C'est une grande rencontre, ce sommet-là. Aujourd'hui, le COSOC qui est à l'avant-garde de toutes les sociétés, les couches socio-professionnelles, doit se pencher sur l'avenir de l'économie. Et qui dit économie parle des ODD, hein, de la mission de développement des pays. Et à cela, je crois que la responsabilité des États les plus puissants doivent quand même écouter et comprendre et mieux organiser cette structure-là pour que nous puissions ensemble éradiquer les problèmes actuels par rapport à la réussite de ces ODD-là. Et c'est là également une préoccupation entière pour le monde entier, les plus forts comme les plus faibles. Nous devons nous unir pour aller dans la même direction et trouver une solution pour que le monde vive équitablement.
Well, the importance of a group like this is very strongly in Goal 17, where it's a global partnership. It's a global partnership that brings the academician, brings the religious people, bring the parliamentarian, so here with the Sustainable Development Goal, we have reached all the stakeholders. So we have to listen to them. We have to hear what they are saying. It's not just inviting them. So what we are doing here with CIFA and the Caux round table is really bringing them next to ECOSOC, because it's in the margin of ECOSOC that we are doing that meeting, and ask them really, where do we stand with the Sustainable Development Goal? How are we going to reach them? What is the financial situation? Because these are mainly financial people via the academia Harvard. So it's very important that we listen to them, and that the result of this meeting will be certainly because Mr. Ojun was here yesterday, the president of ECOSOC himself, and I think he will expect to receive some sound recommendations.